Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the GG Incorporation, the tech trader company, changing the world, changing the trading game forever, because you all trade like Pepegas, but not anymore. A little session here. Wait, where is my thingy here? So what I'm gonna do is basically actually add these blueprints as an instance, as a blueprint instance where you can subscribe to. Terry, my favorite notification. Yo, what's up, my man? One of the crews. So basically, I have one error actually I want to fix, and these are these plots here. Real quick, because I figured out how I can real-time draw on a chart, real time, which basically TradingView cannot do, but I can, because we are from another level. Actually, so these plots needs to be, I think, max bars back. Of any. No, I don't need to instantiate that. So each time there is a plot here. R plots, R bar index, modulo max bars back equals plot. Okay, cool. I need to test this with a test runtime. Test real quick here. Test plots. That's perfectly fine. We print this thing out. Let's run this real quick. Okay, cool. Cannot use R plots 100 any as any. How is that even possible? Oh yeah, this is this one. So we need to get the plots, but that's gonna be the plots for Crinton. Good morning, Anthony. I want to get your crypto exchange playlist. Do I need to have go to your blockchain playlist? Yada yada yada. No, actually not. You can directly go to the exchange playlist because it's kind of different. So we get all the plots. Wait, so we can have multiple plots at the... We can have multiple plots at a certain point of time. Yeah, this needs to be a slice of any, to be honest. Is that actually true? What am I doing? So I'm gonna have a... Complex, my friends are bar index, modulo, max bars back. Append plot here. Can we do that without borking, without instant initialization of this thing? Je ne sais pas. Parler français très bien. Oui, oui. So if you want the plots here, any. R bar index, is that a thing? We need to modulo this because we have an circular buffer. What's going on here, man? Can we just keep playing this forever? What's going on? Morning, boys. GM. David Kyle. Aftotok. San Junipero. Welcome. We're gonna write history. It's gonna be complex. But it's fine. Bar index. It's not gonna work directly, to be honest. Okay, that's a thing. The test is passing, but I don't think I actually assert something. I do. No, I didn't. But there is no plot shape, to be honest. There is no plot shape yet. There is a plot, which is just a value. Color is red. And then, of course, we're gonna do this here, eh? Okay, that's good. Max bars in the back. Hey, max bars in the back. 0. That's completely fine, right? Here is 0. This is 0 here. The problem is that each time we have basically exact or runtime, which is a little VM. This index is gonna be 1. Is that correct? Yes, you see, it's gonna be 1. So if we get the plots, we need to get the plots from the previous stuff. So that basically means that we need to do can we do -1? No, that's not true. It's going to be this one. Bar index -1 modulo this thing. Yeah, you see? Beautiful girls all over the world. Man, it's morning and I'm happy, man. It's crazy. But that basically goes down the further the day proceeds. So I need to basically abuse this moment. Okay, I'm kind of confident that this is gonna work. So basically means that yeah, okay, so it's gonna work. So basically consumer, make the consumer here. Yes, right? Then I'm gonna make the server here. So what's gonna happen is that I'm gonna simulate this, right? Let me refresh. Boom. Right, so we have this thing going on, and then we have our blueprints here, right? Boom. Oh shit. Yeah, the plot is problematic. I have an issue in these plots here. Yeah, it's invoking and it's finding its plot. Why do we have an invalid value type? Damn. This is unexpected. So candle high add to expression variable foo. There is no color here. This menu is so bad. It's so bad that I need to... Huh? Where is my color? Color. Blue. Alright. Hey, little mistakes, they happen. So what actually is going on? Nobody knows. So then we have this blueprint, and then start is basically we're gonna create an instance, a server-side instance of this blueprint. It basically means that if you basically delete your computer and you have a blueprint instance open, create it, which is a strategy, right? It's going to be a strategy, and it's going to run on the server. And two things is going to happen. Let's say we start this, but we're going to program right now. We're going to start this boom, right? What's going to happen is it's going to start. The first thing it's going to do, it's going to start plotting your depends on what your blueprint is, your strategy is. It's going to print this on the screen, right? But it's also going to create. So you see, this is running. There is already a blueprint running, which in a seed. It's a seed that I did. So let me show you. So what's going to happen is then I can. This is basically each time. Listen, I need to explain this because there's $1 billion idea. So each time you create this, you create an instance of this, which is a compute instance. It's a cloud. It's a container. It's Docker for trading. So it's going to create a UUID, and that UUID is basically so many print lines. Here, this guy here, Actor started the Binance F blueprint with this beautiful key. I'm going to copy this, right? Then, as a trader, you don't need to, if you're not a programmer, no problem. You can just make alerts here, right? And they're gonna alert you. But if you're a programmer, if you're an algo maker, bot maker, or whatever, what you could do is go to my test WS. And I think it's, you can subscribe. Let me kill these screens all over the place. So we can subscribe to a blueprint with a WebSocket. And this is the ID. Let me actually print this. Yes, it's that one. So we're going to subscribe to this blueprint. So what's going to happen is this. Look at that. Make test WS. Boom. So I'm subscribed, hopefully, which basically means you can see here. We added this to the publisher session. We added this thing. So normally, I should receive here the plots. Actually, you will receive over WebSockets what the output is of your blueprint. So it's actually a VM. So you do some algorithmic stuff and you're gonna subscribe to the output that is running in a virtual machine on my fucking server. So you can calculate spreads and all that stuff and get the spreads directly into your system. Giuseppe Momo. And now we need to wait, right? So now we need to see if we can actually receive something. Yes, you see? Boom! Boom! This is crazy, man. Never seen before. You see? That's the thing. So we get this plot, right? Where's my fucking color? It's gonna plot this value. Why? Oh yeah, this value is this one, right? Yeah. Is this one? Look at that, this blueprint. This value is going to be the candle. This is simple script. The candle high plus 2 is going to be this plot, but it's also this value here, right? But it does not need to be a plot. It could be a stream, which is basically just a value you receive. It could be a spread, it could be a bid, an ask, a volume, a liquidation, a funding rate, an open interest. It's all available here, which TradingView does not have. No, they don't have it. It's TradingView is for PPGAs, you know, for the price action traders, which is basically complete garbage. Price action is just a candle, is just a price. It's a representation of price and time, right? Because people, like I said before, I'm going to say it again, people trading the price action here, they trading the candles because they see, oh, look at this, 1, 2 red candles, price is going down. We are going get wrecked. I need to sell my kits. No, it's not true, because this is basically just a representation of price over time, which is in this case is the 1 minutos, right? But you don't know what the intention is of the market. It's not because the price goes down that the intention behind the market is bad. There's a lot of things that can happen, right? It's all based on a couple of factors. It's all based on more data than just the price. It's based on what is the structure of the order books at that certain point of time, which led to this price behavior. Are there any liquidations? Especially in futures, right? But what's going on? That's what we need. And that's what I'm going to provide you. What's going on here, man? I never signed so much documents in my life the last 2 days. I don't know what's going on, but apparently selling a company is crazy. Anyway. So it's time to plot. You see, we get this each candle, each 1 minute time frame, we're gonna get this thing. But back in Go, I'm always writing in Go. It's like guys, you need to understand that I have this is TypeScript, right? I have a front end and a back end I need to maintain, you know what I mean? So I write basically 2 languages at the same time, yeah. Buenos dias, guten morgen. Merhaba. Are you building this whole thing yourself? Yeah, of course. And I'm doing everything. Is my everything, all code. This is what it is. Sometimes, like I said before, if you have a superpower, you need to abuse that, right? Cool access token. Okay. Next step. Next step is. The next step is, let me think about this. So let me first get the plot going. So we're going to get this plot here, because blueprint plot, which is this thing. We're going to get the route key from this router keyer. I don't like a router keyer. A route keyer, that's what I like. You see, it's all about perfection. It's gonna get the route key. For each sub, you're gonna send this thing. So it basically means that the front end needs to subscribe to a specific blueprint. Is that correct? That's completely correct. So we're gonna open up. We're gonna kill everything here. Close. All editors, open up. What do I need? I think I need the page. We're gonna open up the chart page here. Look at that. And then I'm gonna say here, just for the sake of sake, toggle alert panel. Nope. So I'm gonna subscribe here. Subscribe again. Right. I'm gonna subscribe to a blueprint. Blueprint at. What is this? Selected market pair. We don't need this actually. Do we care about this? Probably not. Blueprints. So I'm gonna open up this router key. Route key. Look at that. It's basically a proto buffer that cannot do his things. Fine. Where is my route key, boys? Where is the key? This guy. Copy this thing. Paste that in here. That should receive data, eh? Hey, Hey. Invoking, fine. How many subs do I have? 4, that's fine. Let me check. I'm gonna refresh this. Remove the subs, stopped, fine. Started, new session. Adds up, adds up, adds up, adds up. Where's this key? Yeah, this is the murmur hash. I do a murmur. I do a murmur hash of the route UUID. And that's what we use. The question rather is, how can I test that? How can I test? And then we're gonna plot this thing, which took me 3 hours to figure out how to do. Inspect this thing, this one, console.log. Let me plot some things out. How can I? It's getting complicated, not gonna lie. It's in the socket stream. Socket stream, boys. So we're gonna have 5. 5 is the handle blueprint. I don't like this, but I'm gonna do a console. Console.log, the data here. Data. And let's prefix this with dash plot. Like this. Not quite sure if we need to space it out. Probably we do. The only thing we need to do is wait 1 minute. If we want to do real time, that's another question. Then we need to just send more data faster. Then we need to send it. I can send data faster if I want. Yeah, this is a key, but it doesn't matter if you try to copy this and everything. It's fine. Go ahead and waste your time. Can we? We should see the same time. The same time we got the invocation here. It should come in. Subscribe blueprint at this time. The question is if this is gonna work because it's a. You see, we don't get anything, right? Do you have a planned launch date? It's gonna be gradually, right? It's gonna be gradually. So I first gonna have Binance futures with a couple symbols, and we're gonna check and we're gonna do a private shenanigans, right? With some cool charts, with trade counters and all that stuff, and liquidity and all that shenanigans. And then if that kind of works fine, then it's just adding more on top of it, right? Adding more on top of it. So the problem is I don't get any data. But that's fine. We're gonna reset everything just to be sure here. Okay, abnormal closure, that's fine because this is the test WebSocket thing. That's all good. So it's gonna boot up the consumer. It's gonna start this actor, right? Ah, I know what's going on. It's my seed has borked that, I think. My seed file has both my blueprints. Let me quickly check actually here. No, this is fine, right? I can change this to a candle plus 2. Save. Import again. Candle plus 2, you see it's saving. It's saving. This color doesn't really work yet, but it's fine. It's just to give you an idea. Of course, it's going to be a color selector, color picker thing, right? Of course, it's going to be that. I know, but first things first. Hey. Now we got. No, it's not. It's not. I'm thinking here. If we kill the server, we need to fix one more thing. If we kill the server, we don't remove it. It's a very important aspect. If we kill the server, the sessions get killed, it's fine. But if we kill the server, it's not. But that's fine. That's worries for later on. Worries for later on, boys. Clear alsjeblieft. Make server. Okay, cool. That thing. So normally, let me refresh this. Yeah, I know the problem. I know it because I'm bad. Look at this. The problem is I have this. I have a thingy here. Look at this. Look what I did. I remember. You need to have if length symbols is 0, then we handle subscribe blueprint. If length symbols is 0. But what do I do? What do I do here? Look at this. What is this mister doing? Here, selected market pair. Which basically means an wait. Here. You see what's gonna happen here? You see? It's gonna do some nasty stuff, but it's gonna... Here. You see this? Pair symbol. Can we do some typescript shenanigans? No. Oh no! I hate this. I'm gonna do this, guys. I swear to God, this is so nasty. I'm gonna do another one. I'm gonna make a subscribe blueprint because I don't wanna if else the shenanigans. Stop latency check. Where is this function, man? Where is this function? Yeah. Export function. Subscribe blueprint. Route key actually, which is gonna be a string, and of course we don't return anything, right? Copy this. Const message, subscribe, exchange symbols, fuck this shit. Stream's gonna be this thing. We can actually do multiple, to be honest. Blueprint, add, route key, and then send this thing, and it's all gonna be fine. Maybe we should do blueprints actually. Error invalid blueprint subscription. That's a very useful error, Anthony. That's now we know exactly what's going on. It's an invalid blueprint subscription. Yeah. Why? Blueprint at this thing. Why should it be an invalid blueprint subscription? Of course it's gonna work out here. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. Blueprint at blueprint. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. Oh, it's just a hash. Of course. It's not this one. It's this one. Yeah. Okay, refresh this thing. Alright, add session to the blueprint, this boy, all be fine. So normally it should come in now, right? Normally we should receive data here in our beautiful, let's open up this thing. So they should actually invoke at the same time, right? I would struggle so much between the context switching between Go and TS. Yes, we got the plot, boys. Look at this here. Look at that. Like I said, my channel is pure engineering, right? No BS, no nitpicking about languages and this is good and this is bad and yada and some react. No, this is pure engineering. As it is, there is nobody on the whole internet that is building what I'm building live, showing the good, the bad, but especially the ugly. Hey, it's a talent. It's a talent. I'm from another level. I'm saying it again and I will say it multiple times. This is important, this route key. This is the murmur. This is the murmur 32 of the hash. You see again another plot. Okay, cool. Time to print this thing. The problem is gonna be here. I have a good idea. I have actually the best idea in the world. So what I can do, you see it's a 1 minute, right? But it's annoying because now we need to wait 1 minute. And if we need to 10 times wait 1 minute, we are waiting 10 minutes. And if we need to do that 10 times, we're waiting 100 minutes. And we don't have time for that. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do is hack the system. Hack our own system. So I'm going to the Supabase. Here. I'm gonna sign in. I go to my backend. Why are you so slow? Wait, how can I... This blueprint instance. You see time frame 60. Fuck that shit. We go to the 1 minute. The 1 second. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna reset everything here because it needs to reboot. I'm gonna make the server. We need to fix a bug also later on. We cannot forget that, guys. You need to remember. I'm gonna make the consumer. Is it gonna plot like a madman? Oh yeah, look at this. It's plotting like a madman. It's plotting like a madman. That basically means... Where is my thingy here? And I refresh this, right? I need to refresh because... Look at this. Now it's plotting 1 second. So now we can use the data on the screen. man. It's crazy. All right. Beautiful. With all these prices, you see, this is fine. And we have the Unix, which is the 1. So, okay. So how are we going to do this? I go to the toilet. I'm going to do a pee-pee. Then I'm going to vape. So I'll be back in 30 seconds. Insane, man. Just watching you a few minutes before going to work. Yes, man. And I hope you have a very productive day, guys. A very productive day, just like me. String versus string. Oh yeah. The same thing. I have the same thing. The arrays. I always fuck them up, and then I fuck them up in TypeScript if I come from Go, and then I fuck them up in Go if I come from TypeScript. So I fuck things up a lot of times. We'll give you an option, so undefined or string. Yeah, I know, but sometimes I don't care. I just make another function just because they want to hassle. Do you use the Vim plugin? Yes, I use the Vim plugin for VS Code. Be right back, guys. Like I said, it's gonna drop some views, but I don't care because, hey, I'll be right back actually. And with right back, I mean right back. All right, we're back. We're back. Which is library is used to upload the graph? Numish, reti.js. Reti. This one. This thing. Reti.js. Snapshot. All right. Trading view, but the one that you need to request access. Trading view, but with order book data, which they don't have. Trading view with liquidations. Trading view with real-time data. Trading view with data that actually matters and they don't have. Trading view with visual style coding for the people that cannot code, which is 90% of the traders. Trading view with server-side order book information, which they don't have. Like I said, they miss a lot of stuff. This is trading view with strategies. Trading view with real-time plots. Trading view with alerts that can be a blueprint. Which basically means that a normal trader can actually have alerts where they can have access into the deep inside of the order books, where you can make market making algorithms, which you can't on TradingView. You cannot do that. It's impossible to do. Yeah. That's it is, guys. That's what it is. Okay, plotting this thing. So how it's gonna work is so in my socket stream, I'm gonna have something that is called the plot event, which I need to rework, I understand. But for now it's gonna be good. First make it work, then make it better. And then we make it fast. So this is my foo indicator. This is nasty. Close your eyes. This is 18 plus. This is 18 plus. This is 18 fucking plus. But this is complex also, so don't worry about it. This is super complex. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna these pallets. Oh, yeah. Took me 3 hours to figure out how this actually works. We're gonna have one plot, right? Plot 0 is plot line, complex filled areas. I'm gonna call this blueprint. Of course, we need to... Problem is, we cannot create these things, right? Because I should do this customly later on. I'm gonna keep some food stuff because apparently they don't get by ID. You need to get it by name, which is completely trash. But like I said, probably only 1 out of 1,000 people can make this work because it's not non-documented and nobody has a clue what's going on. And I need to map it. Line wide 20. That's not what we're gonna do. First of all, I want to see if this is actually going to work before we do something else. So we have one plot, so it basically means that the plot value is going to be this thing, which is the market price. Let's do market price plus 1 so we can see something. This is a new bar. Wait, what I'm going to do is, instead of doing this time scheme, I'm just going to set a value here. Each time the main ticks, we're gonna get the market price. So I'm gonna say this thing, a value, get market price, which is a helper from Svelte, which will get your store value, which is important because you could subscribe. Actually, how this is gonna work is gonna be more complex. You need to change your ticket inside of this constructor function, and then you can have a feeder. Then you can have a feeder thing. This is my candle feeder. This is my custom data sets coming from my backend. But you need to make a custom feeder, which only works for symbols, candles, because TradingView has no concept of other data than that, right? They don't know that. They don't know what order book sizes and price levels are. They cannot handle that data, but we can hack that. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rework their infrastructure so it's actually gonna work how it needs to be for the decent trader. And then maybe they're gonna realize that, and then they can basically buy me over, and then I can get rich and sip margaritas on the beach, right? Okay, this is that. So the first thing we need to do is go back to this chart thingy, and then we're gonna say test plot here, which basically gonna create this indicator and do stuff. Let me see. I think it's busy. You see it's busy here, right? You see this? You see this thing here? Why is this not blue? Or red or something? So I need to do a lot of hacking to make this work. But it's gonna work. This color that. We're gonna take this red color, right? A red color. That's what we need. A fucking red color. Come, refresh this thing. Okay, now we have this red color here. Look at this, right? So you see, it's drawing in real time, right? But that's the market price, right? This is just a market price. You can see, so that's what I do. So you can draw directly on the canvas, but then you don't have this option to add blueprints as an indicator. Directly as an overlay, but with custom data. So like I said, it's very complex, and I think a lot of people, yeah. Took me 3 hours to realize. you see now you have this thing, right? So now, of course, it's right. So now we know that our printing logic is working, but that does not mean that we are actually coming have data from our blueprint, right? So, and able to do that, like I said, the solution, the correct solution for this is to do in this constructor here, to do this, right? For example, you could do something like the context dot, no, context dot select sim, right? So switch context to the other symbol received through, I think it's going to be set sim, to be honest. Set context, new sim. Here. So load a new symbol for the custom indicator. So this is very important to understand. So normally we need to do new sim here. And then we actually gonna give this, so normally, this is how you hack this, right? So normally you need to give it a ticker ID and a period, which is fine. But we can give this, for example, a blueprint hash. For example, our blueprint hash, right? New sim. So what's gonna happen with, if you call this is gonna trigger feeder, right? This is gonna trigger feeder. And feeder is responsible for feeding data. So it's gonna call this function unresolved symbol. We have a hard-coded, right? We have a hard-coded BTC USD from our servers, right? Of course, we need to load that, but we can check that if this thing is a blueprint hash, we can subscribe to that data from inside of here, which makes sense. That's actually the end goal of this thing. But now we're not gonna do this because the only thing we're gonna do now is this. The value get plot event value. Shit. That ain't not working. Yeah, that's because we're not subscribed yet. So what we could do is no, we cannot do. We should do a 0 or something, isn't it? You see? Now it's plotting in real time. Here, you see this? This is our plot. So the thing is that it's plotting. It's it's plotting actually the. I think it's the high. I think it's the. What is it plotting? It's the high plus 2. That's what it's plotting, right? It's plotting the high plus 2 in real time. But you can see, we can get the order book information, right? We can print, actually you can print complete heat maps, right? If you want, because you have access to all these values here, right? In the order book. So you can plot them out wherever you want, right? You can even calculate spreads and trade counters and print them out, and you can do a lot of shit. Which you can't on our boys from TradingView, yeah, they can't, man. And they are so stupid that they give me access to their advanced charts. Or they're loco. This having access to their charts and info and this UI lib sets me ahead 10 years. You know what I mean? Sets me ahead 10 years. Do you do mock testing or testing at all? Yeah, but depends. Depends on what I need to test, right? Depends, because are you in the EU? Yes. Which one is most exciting for you, coding or trading? I don't trade manually, like I said. I make trading infrastructure. Oh no! We're going down. So you see, it's working, right? So that's good news. So it's working in a real. I can close this, right? And now you can see this thing working. Is it possible to get an internship in the EU as a TypeScript developer? Of course. Everything is possible, my friend. There are no limitations. Okay, so of course this is like a quick hacky solution, right? So now we need to make this actually console.log. Okay. Alright. So what's gonna happen here is we're gonna have our blueprint. So now we're gonna load this one. So now we want to make a compute instance out of this bad boy here. And then we're gonna load these compute instances here. Hey, yo. Here, right? You see this? We're gonna have alerts. Oh, you guys have... Oh, no, it's fine. So these panels click open. So we're gonna have alerts and blueprint instances here, so you can track them, you can pause them, because you can create, like I said before, they plot out on the screen. But the power of these things is that you can subscribe over your computed result here over WebSockets. So you can even plot on your own system also, right? Because you're gonna get the output of your blueprint is what you get over WebSockets. So you can make it just a variable, right? For example, you want to have the spread. You get the spread, you get the bits, you get the best bid, best ask, subtract, boom. Make a stream variable, boom. And then just subscribe to that and you get your spread. So you basically can have a spread over WebSockets in 2 seconds. Otherwise, you need to code it yourself, which you need to have WebSockets to the exchanges and yada yada yada. It's gonna take you a while, right? If you want to have the spreads for Bybit, if you want to have the spreads for Binance, if you want to have the spreads for Coinbase, you need to you're gonna be a couple of days busy. Now you're gonna be 3 seconds busy, you know. Are you worried that TradingView will watch your streams and copy your work? Because they may not understand the engine, but still. No. Competition is fine. I like competition. This is... yeah, no. We will see. Why would they code it your own as they can just contact me? Hello, Anthony! This is Jimmy from TradingView. We see you're busy making these complex things with our charting library. We have a solution. We have a proposition for you, my friend. I will come to Belgium and we can talk. What do you think, Anthony? GG. We also see you have 17K subscribers on YouTube. That's good, because we can abuse your influence on the people to give them all their money. What do you think? And then I say it's all fine, as long as it starts with 7 digits. Then it's good. Then we can talk. Right? I want to see 7 digits. And then we can talk. It doesn't matter what the number is, as long as it has 7 digits. Right? Yeah, wait, there is one more problem here. For the people that actually pay attention. It's the high plus 1, plus 2, right? But you can see that is not correct, right? You see this? Candle high, add 2, color blue, which is, color is not working. But, don't mind the first candle. But this... Yeah, so this line is this highs plus 2. And why is that? Oh yeah, no, that's not true. That's because, no guys, this is 1 minute chart here. This is the 1 minute, right? And we are printing 1 second real time, 1 second stuff just to test. So this is not correct, but it doesn't matter, right? That's an easy fix because the time frames need to be in sync, right? Otherwise, it's not gonna end up very well, eh? Okay, so next step is we're gonna click this thing and then we're gonna start this. And the cool thing is that it's gonna create a blueprint instance, right? It's gonna create this. It's gonna create a blueprint instance and not a blueprint, right? Because you can have this blueprint and you can start and create an instance which is running, which you can subscribe and you can do stuff too. But you can also do this. I'm gonna make float 3, right? I'm gonna save this, right? If I'm gonna import that, you see it's gonna be saved. So now it's gonna do the candle high plus 3. But that does not mean that your blueprint instance is going to change. No, it's going to stay the same. But now you have another input value and you can start that. So you can start two of kind of the same blueprints instances, but with a different parameter. Sounds good to me. IDs are cheap, execution is what matters. That's completely true. IDs are basically are useless, right? Of course, they can help it. So a lot of companies are afraid to show their source code and to show how they do things. But I'm not afraid to show anything at all because I know that it's just way too hard to execute this for a lot of people. And I know that if you want to do what I do, you need to have a team of at least 4 or 5 people. I don't, right? Because I understand this concept so how I understand exactly how this works, how this should work, how markets work, how people trade, what's important. So I know this and I can build, I can build the front end and the back end and do the marketing. And do this, and do the business, and explain. Because I'm a complete master of this, right? And that's why I switched from these cert pulse thing to this, because this is for me a founder fit. Certifications, I don't have any bonding with that, you know what I mean? But this is what I do for a very long time. All right, so this is going to be hard. So this is all work in progress, right? This is not, you see this is dirty, but it doesn't matter, right? If you think you're going to be, oh, I want to write clean code. If you write clean code, you're going to make 40K for the rest of your life, right? Commenting on YouTube videos, how bad they are making their tutorials. Fine, right? With your big belly and 0 muscles. Fine. If you want to build stuff, you need to take, it's going to be fine. Right? You just need to have something that works and then you can explore. Because people make the mistake by, they make something, TDD is complete garbage. TDD is complete garbage because if you are building stuff here, You need to understand this, right? That's the problem, and please listen. If you want to build something, you know how things could work, but you never know how it should work, or the other way around. So what I mean by that is that you want to implement something and you're gonna do TDD, you're gonna test everything, but you still did not explore far enough down the path of engineering. So that means that if I make this pinpoint precise and I spend the whole day making this testable and everything and make it generic and it's going to be perfectly fine, but then the day after I see, oh fuck, I forgot something because this session and this and that and a lot of variables and it's not going to work. I need to refactor because it's something I didn't think about. Then you need to rewrite your whole stuff, which is basically sets you a day behind because you spent the previous day making everything fine. So you need to keep things loose. You need to keep things very, very loose in your system. With all problems that will come in the future, I understand that, but that's the way software works, right? Stop reading these books. Stop watching these perfect idiomatic tutorials which never will reflect on the real life. Please understand that. This needs to be loose so we can quickly adjust these things when we need to. And once we have tested everything and once we have weeks and we see that we don't need to change and we feel that the API we created is fine, then you can start tightening things up. TDD doesn't work, and people that say this, stop being broke. You did nothing doing. You built no company in your life ever. The only thing you do is advocating and making YouTube videos and post Twitters with your 500k followers, but you're still complete dog shit. I'm so sorry. TDD doesn't work. It works for your to-do lists and for your post and comment stuff, but try to do what I do with TDD. You cannot even write one single. You don't understand. You're not. Shut up. Get out of here. Unsubscribe. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me so pissed. Anyway, yeah. Export async function start blueprint instance. Promise void because I don't know what it's gonna be. How is that gonna work? So we have this thing here, which is fine. Of course, it's TypeScript, which makes no sense at all. Just for the sake of the compiler, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up editor menu. Yeah, start blueprint instance. But tests are important. But tests are not TDD, right? Tests are important. I mean, I have tests, right? I mean, there are tests here somewhere. Trust me. Tests are important. Tests are very, very important. But TDD is completely different, right? Sometimes it depends actually, but there are people that are really stuck to TDD and they really make a test first, and then they're so slow. They are so. Sometimes you can do that. Sometimes I do it, right? Sometimes if I need to parse, if I need, like, for example, what did I do with TDD? I'm not a TDD. I hate. But what did I do is this. I can give you an example directly. Here, these things. Test split blueprint stream. Test split stream span. That's what I did with TDD. So I made this test, and then I did this. I did some stuff, and then I gradually added my code to see if it worked. These things I understand, right? Because there's nothing so annoying than having these splits and all that stuff, and it doesn't work, and it takes. But like creating blueprints and all that stuff, and man, if you need to test that, because sometimes you need to do migrations and iterate. It's not gonna work, guys. It's not gonna work. And by the way, everybody does his own thing, right? I do mine, and they do they. Doesn't matter. So, like I said, I'm mocking everything out, right? This is all mocks. That's how I do things. So many quests. So the thing is, of course, if we collect this value, which is this thing, right? How do we know? It's our current blueprint, right? Yeah. So it basically means that it's going to be this thing. This one. Right, this is the blueprint we're going to start here. Then we have the exchange and the symbol. Maybe we need to print that out. It's very important to know. Actually, I also need the resolution of the thing. Exchange with the N from Nicola. Of course, we get these plots, right? I understand that. I understand that completely. Oh man, this is so annoying, eh, man. YouTube streaming and then all these screens here. Okay, we have this one. Look at that. Right. So it's Binance, half BTC, USD, that's fine. And then we have this blueprint here. This is the data, the ID. We don't need that. Alright, so what's our API? We have an API in Go, actually, that I made. Oh. Man, what's going on? Guys, listen, I'm gonna give you some advice. There are people that are basically continuously wanna argue in life, and there are people that shut the fuck up, and there are people that constantly talking about stuff like, oh yeah, but I think you should do this, and like in family and friends, there are always these guys, right? Yeah, but I do this, and then my job that, and you should do this, and I don't like my manager because that, and I don't like this guy because that, and they do that bad, and I just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Just build. You know, just build. Like the same thing. I'm training for a fucking marathon. I never run a lot of miles in my life, and I'm training for it. And there are people always complaining about the rain and complaining about the technique and complaining about you need to do this for running and you need to do this and you need to watch your cadence. And I said, shut up. I just put on my running shoes and I go running for 20 kilometers, you know? That's what I do. And I shut the fuck up and I just do it. Do I have the best technique? Probably not. Am I running at the pace I should run? Probably not. But I don't give a shit because I just do it, you know? Never, never, ever compare yourself with somebody else. Just live in your own world and ban everybody else. That doesn't make any sense. Because people are so annoying. It's crazy. Just do stuff. People on YouTube giving you advice. I don't give you advice. I tell my side of the story on YouTube. That does not mean you need to copy it. That does not mean that my ideas are the best. That does not mean that my advice needs to be taken for granted. No, that's what I do. And then you have the choice. You're either gonna learn something from it or take the best parts or take whatever you want from it, right? You take what you want and you leave behind what doesn't make sense for you, right? Tag gossip. What up, GG? Yeah, so we need exchange, a symbol, a time frame. We need the data, the route key, and the user ID. No, we don't need the route key. The route key is getting set. And that's what we actually want to return, right? I'm gonna return the instance, eh? And time frame, we don't. It's this one actually. You know the idea, right? Time frame. I'm gonna code it. Hard code it. It's fine. Ideas like this. That needs to be a question mark because it can be empty. Which I know it will, it won't, but TypeScript doesn't know that. TypeScript doesn't know that, right? Time frame 60, it's the resolution actually. So people are teaching you how to write TypeScript on all these tutorials, but they never show you how to actually deal with errors. And the only thing they do is this. They do constant wait, boom. Oh, look at this. Now you can make to-dos, but the problem is this can fail. This can fail. Axios can fail. This one, right? So you need to try catch here, right? This is not correct. This thing. This is bad code. Bad code. You think that's fine. People are complaining about Golang because we need to handle error explicitly because they want to write this. The fucking idiots. The fucking noobs. They want to write this. Problem is, this is bad. What you gonna do when there is an error here? You can do a try catch. Yes, but what then? Because maybe it's gonna return you. Maybe this is gonna return you an HTTP status bad request. With some extra data, with some JSON data that you want to handle, right? It's a bad request, but there is an error explaining what the bad request is. Problem is, then yeah. Is this it? You need to do it like the alert, like I did in alert here, right? Here, right? Try response, otherwise we return the response. Then we're gonna catch this. If there is a response on the R, then we can do a response of data, which basically means because each time you're gonna have a non-200 is gonna throw. A non-200 is gonna throw. Maybe you could set some settings in Axios, I don't know. But we need to catch this thing and then check the response, and then I can do an alert error set this thing. Hey, just telling. So this is all bad for me. Bad. But hey, it is what it is. Or you do a then R catch or whatever these things. That's actually even better, to be honest. If you really want to handle errors, wait is not. So many. Yeah. So start blueprint. Yeah. Do I really need to make a fucking type for this, man? So fucking annoying, man. FP. Start blueprint programs, this one, alright. Like, this is so bad what I'm doing here. This is repetitive code, but I don't want to figure out things. I don't want to spend a day figuring it out. I just want to go continue, copy, paste is fine. It's all fine. I don't matter. Sooner or later, somebody's going to see this. He's going to say, what the fuck is he doing? He's going to refactor that. But for now, it's fine, alright? Like I said, I don't know how to do these things. I'm not a front-end engineer. I just do stuff that works, and is it the best? Probably not. But I don't care because it works. It works fine. So now we need to do an Axios get post. Can I copy a post request somewhere? Here, put this fine. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's fine. Payload ID, payload config, right? So this is the payload. We can actually do params, to be honest. Params. We need to do a try here. Catch. E, any, because otherwise. This is going to be const data. I'm going to say data because it's the thingy, yeah. But actually, I hate this. Man, that's why Go is so good, because look at that. Now, the only thing I want here is just start this blueprint. If I could just go back and just use JavaScript with JSDoc, I would instantly press that button. I would instantly press it. I know, but I didn't already... I already said that this is still... It could be undefined, I understand. Okay, fuck you. Is that not working? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. This is what you get. This is what you get, TypeScript. This blueprint is never going to be empty. It's never ever going to be empty. But hey, I understand. For the compiler. Yeah, helper wrapper. I know there is some kind of interceptor stuff, but I don't want to think about figuring it out. It's going to spend me a half a day figuring it out. I don't want to do that. Somebody will clean it up for me, no worries. I need to do what I need to do is set the things out. I need to make this thing work. And then somebody else can just go with GitHub issues and just code like a monkey, right? But somebody needs to do the engineering work, right? And then somebody else, like a junior dev, you know what I mean? A 40k boy. They basically complete a Reddit, somebody from Reddit actually, or from the Primogenesis channel, they can do that. You know what I mean? They can come and do that. Clip that. Clip it, post it. That was mean. That was mean, isn't it? That was really mean. Well, the reason why it cannot be undefined is because there is always a blueprint set here. There's always... Yeah, it can. That's because... The reason why this is, guys, because this. It's because this can be null. That's the reason. So technically, it can be null. Right? Theoretically, it can be null. Theoretically. But... But it can't because each time we are in the blueprint section, we need to, before we actually have access to this editor thing, we need to click a blueprint. And then it's set. Right? And even if we click it away, because we want to, oh shit, there's some action. Then you go blueprints back again and it loads. It loads the one you had open. Beautiful UI. But, and in the meanwhile, look at that. Let's compare these two together, right? So I know it's actually technically not possible to be zero, but TypeScript doesn't know that, right? TypeScript does not know how things behave in our system, you know? But it's fine. It's fine. It's no problem. We're gonna help it here. We're gonna say, yo, if yeah, do this. Yeah. Now everything is fine. So now we have this data, console log data. So what's going on here with this data here? Data does not exist on type. Yeah, it's true. It doesn't exist on type this. That's completely fine, right? Because we are returning here nothing real. How does it work? e.response. And that's why I hate these things, because I still do not know what's the best way to handle this. Like, I don't know. I have no experience at all in this try catching. So what I'm going to do, and that's why I leave them out, because I have no experience. I'm going to make something bad anyway. So we're going to say data is this. Where this payload ID that doesn't exist, it's going to be the params ID, right? Params blueprint ID, just like that. And then we have this data thing, which I don't know what it is. I'm going to say console. The log is going to be the instance, right? It's very important because... I'm gonna return the data here. I think that's fine. And then I'm gonna go here, which is gonna be const response here, right? Actually, we could do this. Actually, let's response is fine. Await and then return response here, which is fine, right? So that's cool. Let me quickly delete the plots here. Where do we do that? Probably in socket stream. Go back here. Then we're gonna find some console loggings from myself somewhere in the plot stream. I need to go to P. It's from the fucking coffee, man. 5. I'm gonna search for 5 because I'm... Help. No! Here. Man, that's why Vim is much better. Vim, these undo things are much better than this. I make a lot of mistakes. Here. Sometimes the history is not quite right with VS Code, but hey, it is what it is. The feeder, let's delete this. This is basically unsafe for if you're not 18. This is not, you need to be 21 for this one. Okay, now we know what this is. There's Go code in here, so it's just for our typing, which is fine. Okay, cool. So now we have this thing. Let's reset that. Console.log. Other screen real quick. Refresh here. You see data is coming in strong. What is that? Oh yeah, that's our price. And this is +1. That's fine. Let's take candles. Yeah, okay, cool. So... yeah, let's open up this blueprint here. Click. So, so one thing we need to do here, I'm just thinking about, if we start this guy, we create an instance, we should make a hash of the source code, the exchange name, time frame, and symbol, hash that into something. So if somebody starts a blueprint, but he already has an instance running with the same code, the same parameters, the same exchange, the same span, the same symbol, we don't gonna make a new one. Because there is already the exact same deterministic result from the compute instance already running from itself. The moment he changes this float to 4, right, and he saves this, right, and he's gonna start this is gonna hash to a different hash because the source has changed. So if he start that, he's gonna start a new version of the same blueprint ID, but he's gonna make a new instance because the compute result is gonna be different. Does that make any sense to you? So that's something I need to take in consideration, because otherwise people are going to start this, they're going to start 100 of these things for nothing, right? Okay, so now we have a problem, which is fine, right? That's good. I love to see this, because if something works directly, something is even more fishy. So we're going to post to API blueprints 1. We have a bad thing here. We're going to see what it is, right? It's a 500 here. That's fine. So we're going to check our server, what's going on here. Not found. That's cool. Yeah, that's I'm happy that this happens. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds weird, but it is what it is. Yeah, I know. It's fine. If we kill this, we need somebody notice into our whatever. We're gonna keep track of our issues. If we take down the server, we need to basically make sure that we gracefully shut down the sessions, the subscriptions the server has, the session has actually. The subscriptions each session has that's connected to the server, and desubscribe it from our router. Important. Somebody needs to take note of that. Or who's the project manager here? Step up. Step up. Take your responsibility and note that. So I cannot forget that, right? Make consumer once again. That's fine. We're making good progress. That's good. Make server, right? So now we're gonna restart this thing. Right, so we're gonna have blueprints here. We're gonna open up this bad boy, and then we're gonna press start here, boom, and then we're gonna have problems, and then we're gonna see what it is. Of course, we made a little mistake. Copy paste, man. It's always bad. So this start blueprint, if we check where it is, right, it's gonna be ID start. But we don't do that. We just copy paste and think it's fine. That's not true. So we need to change that. Request blueprints here. There's alert actually. Here. Is that? Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, we could do some nice things, but we just do it like this because it's all fine. Right? It's all good. Don't bother too much with all that stuff. Yes. We have a new. The cool stuff is let me start this so you guys can see what's going on. Nope. Something is wrong with the plots. That's for sure. Wait. Let me think. So we start this thing. It's working. The server returns that it's fine. The server returns all this stuff here. So the source code here, right? It's the source code expression plot, yada yada. Pause, is running. Okay, so why is it not actually... Ah, yeah. Handle style blueprint. So one thing we forgot to do here, a couple things. We first need to go to runtime because there's a very important problem here that I need to fix. I'm gonna do it later on, but I cannot forget that, and I know myself. So starting works, right? What we need to do is we need to start the actor. So this inserts it. That's already been done by insert blueprint instance. We're gonna say insert this. Right. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start this with the server. So we have our S CTX. Look at that. Send. I need a message. I need a message. I need to send because the blueprint instance actor, I want it to be a child of the whole group of actors responsible for handling the BTC USD symbol on Binance F. I want to group them together. So let's say we're going to have 1 million blueprints running from the whole over the world. But they are not going to be, not every blueprint is going to run for Binance F BTC USDT. Right? Some are going to run for Binance F ETH USDT, Ape USDT, Cardano, whatever. I don't know if it's even a futures thing, but on Binance. So we're going to group them based on symbol and exchange. So if something goes down, that's fine. All the other blueprints will still running, and we just need to reboot the other ones. The problem is our server runs on another machine, so we need to send a message to that specific publisher for this exchange and symbol that we're going to start this blueprint instance as a child of them. That's what we're going to do. So you see that's already complex, well, complexer, right? But just use a catch on the end of the await on the Svelte file. Can you explain that? Because I think you know more than me from JavaScript, so it would be cool to give me some insight of that. But it's 1:30 and I need to sign some important documents because I'm actually selling another company, so I can work on Dictator, start a new one, right? Start a new one, sell. That's what I'm doing here. Yeah, maybe I go live later on this evening or make a video or something. I don't know. I also need to pee and I need to eat carbs and everything. Yeah. But I hope this was an interesting stream. We did some stuff. I'm very happy with the result. Hopefully you guys also. Thanks everyone for watching. Like I said before, guys, go to dictator.com if you want to try the beta. Dictator.com here and sign up for the beta. Here, join the Dictator Discord. All links are down below in the description. Thank you very much, guys. I love you. I didn't wash myself. Maybe I was dirty on stream. That was crazy. Okay, wait, Joel is gonna help me. I was saying on the Svelte file, you could call the SDK method, use .catchr. That way, await will just work fine. Wait, because that's something that I found annoying and I didn't had the idea to look up how it actually needs to work on the Svelte file. Okay, so I can basically just, I can just do this, right? In my request, so to say. I can just use Axios, await and return, and if it works, it works. Something like that. For me, this is beautiful, right? Just like that. Just do the request and return, and if it's... But then, in here, editor menu, where is this thing? Yeah. Check your Discord. I will check the Discord. So then here I wanna do some error handling, right? Because this can fail, so I can set and yeah. Okay, I will check Discord. Thank you so much, Joel, for helping me. Like I said, I don't know always the good approaches, so but I love to handle this error, so I can actually make a nice user error message on the screen. Hey, have a good day for work, guys, and